What is up, y'all? Welcome back out to the bench in the backyard. My name is Jordan, and this is a Chinese elm. It's kabudachi style with a braided trunk. Really cool little tree picked up at Green Thumb Bonsai up in Greenville, South Carolina. My wife made me buy this one. At least that's how I tell it. She said, "Oh, I really like this tree," so we bought it. That way I can blame her, and instead of me, I'm not seeing any tie downs. Perfect. It's just in a little mica training pot. This is, I think I have a pot for it. We'll see what the roots look like once we get inside. It is in a very organic soil. So we're gonna try and get as much of this organic soil out as we can, and try and get this into a bonsai pot. It's a fun little tree. I like it. This is one of the last two deciduous trees that I have to repot. I've got a bunch of seedlings that I'm going to be doing some work with probably in the next video, maybe the video after that. Picked up a bunch of Japanese maple seedlings at the same time as this. He had a bunch of first year seedlings in a flat, or a bunch of flats, and bought a whole flat off of them. There's probably 120 trees in that flat. We're going to be doing several kabudachis with those, which you'll see what I do with that in the next video. And this is the problem that you have when you plant in very organic soil. You get these really long, really thick, really coarse roots, and they aren't very good at transporting water. I mean, if you see if I can find a good root. Not really. But they're not very so if you get out here to where you have nice coarse root, or nice fine feeder roots out here, that is much more efficient than something like this, where you've got some feeder roots off of it, but really you want basically all of the feeder roots that are on this entire thing to be coming out all in one spot. So like organic soils, your normal potting mixes, your peat mosses, cocoa coir, all of that stuff, it's not good for your roots. That they just will not they will not thrive in that. So we're trying to get as much of it out as we can. I mean, it looks like it was, like, I'm not seeing any akadama in here at all, so it looks like it was just lava rock. There's a piece of quartz. So it looks like it's just lava rock. This was potted in with either potting mix or peat moss or something along those lines. And it's just got super, super coarse roots that just did not subdivide in close. And so we're going to try and cut this back as far as I can, get as much of this out as possible. And because of that, we had a really wet soil. You know, the top would look like it was dry, but here in the core, it would just be holding water. We got a little bit of root rot. This pot may look familiar. I should be able to get it down into that. Let me go grab one more pot just to make sure. make that 3 more pots. So those two are about the same. This one's a little bit smaller. So we could do something like that. It's a pretty flashy pot, but it is a very flashy tree. Or we could go into a square. Oof. Might be a little too shallow. I think this is the pot. All right, so where I have these chopsticks, well, I had one over here. I've got one over here. That's just reminding me that there is a hole right here in the root mass. And this was a place that I could get in there and chopstick some soil into it. And that's just so I don't lose where the hole is. I now know what's right here. So I can come in here with some soil, put it over the top. Then I'll just come with my chopstick, find that hole again, and chopstick into that hole. When I run out of soil, just add a little bit more and come back and chopstick in. Well, most of the hole was covered or was filled in by that cone that we made in the middle of the pot. But just to make sure that we get enough soil in there, made a couple of extra holes coming up all the way through the root mass, just to make sure that I could get down in there. There was already a hole over here without any roots in it. You want to try and get at least 3 holes. 4 would be better, but I didn't think about it. There is still a little bit of room right over here that I can get down into there. But I definitely got down in here, definitely got down here, and then right up underneath this strong root right here, there was enough room for me to get all the way back in there. I'm using a small chopstick, helps here, especially here and here, because I didn't have a very big hole. It was just pull the chopstick that I used to mark the hole out. If you got a bigger tree, use a bigger chopstick, have a bigger hole, move more soil, works a lot better. Now we've got it all chopsticked in. We've got a few roots that are a little high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab wire, make a little shepherd's crook, and we will get these down touching the soil as best we can. And as they thicken up, they'll shape it. They'll get into that shape. And are you thick enough? And they'll be able to hold their shape as they sit. So I need one here, one here, one here, and one over here. This one, I can use a smaller wire. You want to go about 3 inches long. Then we're going to take our pliers at the top, just twist it around. You want it to be basically exactly the diameter of the root that you're going to be pinning down. Get it into place, and then push back down into the soil. And just push in. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll push down. Try not to hit any roots as we're going down. And then lastly over here. We'll come in with some top dressing. It's a 2-to-1 mixture of sphagnum and green moss. We're just going to come around the edge, up a little bit onto the mound. Make sure we get all the way out. Sifted the bottom out of my soil, or everything above a 1/8 of an inch is over there. I have just a 1/16 of an inch right here. So it's 1/16 to 1/8, and we're just going to come in, add a little bit on top, and then when we press this into the the moss top dressing, it'll kind of lock everything in place, so that as we go in water, we don't lose a whole bunch of soil. And I'm just going to take a little bit of extra sphagnum, and where we have these wires, just a little soil on top of that. And like that. So that is our little Chinese elm. What I'm planning on doing, I'm going to drop this down. You can go ahead and do that now since there's no All right, so we're all potted up. I just got to water it in. We've got this branch down here wired out, little kind of semi-cascade. And then this branch over here, we're just going to wire out. That's more there just to anchor the other wire right there. Got this one brought down and to the front a little bit, like that. And there's our tree. So now we just gotta wait for it to finish budding out. It does have a few buds that have broken up top, and a few over here on this tree, this branch as well. So now we just have to wait and let it grow and see how we do. So if you liked what you saw today, go ahead, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, or subscribe, hit that like button down below if you didn't like what you saw, or you did like what you saw and want to tell me how much of a good job I'm doing. Go ahead, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're working on out there. I mean, it is March 2nd. I know a lot of you are going to be still in the frozen north. So not a whole lot you can be doing yet. Getting ready. But anybody in the southeast, southwest, Florida, y'all never take a break, basically. So yeah. Throw that comment down below. Let me know what you're working on. And until the next time I see y'all out at the bench in the backyard, just remember to grow them big, but keep them small. Bye.